to Megapops. That achievement in Bloons Tower Defense 6, where you need to place down a tower, and then it accumulates 2 million pops between rounds 6 to 100. And today will be one of one that one has sought after for so long. The M.A.D. Also known as Mutually Assured Destruction. MOAB Assured Destroyer. Because that's what I feel like with this particular town, trying to get it in the first place. So anyways, with my rage calmed down, let us begin our adventure. So let's begin with a submarine and let's get going. Place down Gerald on round 9 because we're going to need his sharpening stones for the early game. On round 13, you'll be able to plop down your Dartling Gunner. You could say that would be the second thing, but it could be called a Gatling Gunner. It fires its minigun all day long. Makes gunfire much faster on round 19, so we're going to give that for our endeavour so that we have literally a jungle drums permanently installed into the Dartling Gunner. So what am I thinking here? Are we going to need it? Yeah, we'll apply a sharpening stone here and there because the sharpening stone will increase the pierce of the Dartling Gunner at this point in time. And at this point in time, the Dartling Gunner has practically next to no pierce. So any increase in pierce is going to be very, 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 very vital. Also, how are we going to deal with our current situation when it comes to round 28 and no lead popping power? Well, let's go to heat tip darts and then advanced intel. And then after that, submersion support once we get the Hydra rocket pod, because at the moment we're gonna need the submarine unsubmerged. Here's round 28, and without the heat tip darts we will not be able to do this. Imagine different CHIMPS strategies if, and I say this, if the heat tip darts would not exist. This particular combination or happenings of events would not happen if heat tip darts was not a possibility. Imagine the game without submersion support. Now, a lot of CHIMPS strategies would not be possible if that was the case. Oh, we've run out of sharpening stone. We're going to need that reinstated, please. And I might need to... Yeah, we need to redo the round, but with sharpening stone at the beginning of the round. Right, take 2 of this. Let's see how we get along this time. Now we've got increased PS for the beginning of the round to the end of the round until round 40. Yeah, this is much better. The increased PS is very, very welcome. And I mean, very welcome. Hydra rocket pods next on the agenda. A lot of these rounds are very numerous, so we might need to deploy down a shooty turret just to be able to hold off these rounds. And looking at yellow, yeah, I'm going to restart the round. Shooty turret placed down, and we're going to put it on last so it's always firing along this straight line here. And let's try and redo the round. And hopefully we'll have a bit more success since we've got that backmost reinforcements. I know this over here is backmost, but I like to consider this part of the track which doesn't really have a lot of means of popping, but it's just there. There in order to help us out. And that should be it, actually. I hope so. Are you serious? We keep hitting our pierce cap, and that means that blue one just sailed along. Perhaps targeting priority on first would be better for the submarine. Right, take 3 of round 35. My gosh, pierce is a big factor in all this. Right, all these pink balloons are an absolute abomination. Pink balloons are annoying because they're just stupid quick. But for me, the #1 killer of any CHIMPS run is not a pink balloon, but a yellow balloon. For some odd reason, yellow balloons always get me. So, where are we at when it comes to our means of getting the Hydra rocket pod? Rocket. We got it now, lovely. Submersion support is active, which means that will stay submerged for the rest of the game. So, what's our next to-do thing that we need? So, I'm thinking jungle drums, but I don't think we're going to be able to receive its benefits by round 40, possibly. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. So we're going to put it over here. We need bigger radius than jungle drums. Then it will be able to fire a bit faster for round 40, so that we'll be able to pop the MOAB on round 40. see. It's dealing with these quite nicely now. I'll put it just a little bit further south. Targeting is very important when it comes to the Dartling Gunner, which is why I love resorts. This strait here is perfect for the Dartling Gunner. Look, Geraldo, would you just stop talking, okay? I have a task at hand here. Maybe laser shocks would be very good, actually. Just a bit more continuous damage. And we're going to hit our first blockade here. Great. Are we able to do this? Or are we going to need to restart the round? No, we don't need to restart the round, actually. All we need to do, though, is... Oh, come on. Let me change this targeting, please. There we go. Now this strait will be completely bombarded by the Hydra rocket pods. And this is one of the only explosives in particular that can target and pop black and zero balloons, which is really strange because it's an explosive, but it does have its tipped explosives. So the sharpness of the point will enable the explosion to pop black balloons, zebra balloons. I'm sure somebody else in the comment section below will be able to give a very, very good detailed explanation as to why these are one of the only few explosives that by default can target and pop black and zebra balloons. I keep mixing up my words. Strongest stimulant. I know it only lasts for a very, very little bit of time, but a little bit more popping power will be the difference in all this. And no, we can't afford a perma-brew. Next up will be the Rocket Storm, and with that we'll be able to deliver much more damage within a short period of time, which will be very essential for multiple MOABs on a round or a huge bunch of ceramics. Here's a Rocket Storm, and then when round 50 comes we will not have any problems when the multiple MOABs come around. And further on from that as well, we are going for an overclock next in order to increase the fire rate of our Rocket Storm, because every bit of fire rate increase will matter. We cannot equip any more sharpening stones because, well, this Dartling Gunner no longer fires darts, it fires big balls of explosions. For some odd reason, the Rocket Storm is better against bads than the M.A.D is. Like, this thing is only good against MOAB class balloons, but against super ceramics, this thing is absolutely shite. Right, we're gonna activate the ability. And we have the money now for an overclock, which I should have used, a while ago, but nonetheless, we have it now. Overclock it, and then watch the destruction come even sooner to these inflated aliens. Actually, round 60, the first BFB appears, so we're going to be using the ability once the BFB gets closer to the Dartling Gunner. There we go. I'm going to use it now. If you use it too early, then all of the missiles will just fly out from the vicinity. And I know that the powerful dart... Hold on, let's see. I know that the powerful darts increases the pierce of the darts themselves. But my thinking is, you can't even hit the intended targets because the darts or missiles just fly about everywhere if you don't get focused firing. And the laser shock is just there just so that there's some lingering damage if it does escape from our firing line. Round 63, let's see what it's going to do to all these, and yeah, it's just absolutely annihilated all of those ceramics, so let's see how it does against the rest of them. Overclock doing a lot of work, but I guarantee you that the Rocket Storm will not do very well against all of these ceramics if we didn't have overclock in place. Oh, there's still some lingering ones, but no matter. And the PS at the moment is kind of okay. We're hitting all of these balloons. The laser shock indicator is a good indicator to see if we are hitting balloons at the very back there or not. And if it does, then it means that the PS cap of this particular tower has been met. We're going to invest in a relentless glue on this portion of the track and set it on strong so that it slows down those MOAB class balloons when it hits this vicinity. A little bit more time will be very, very mandatory in order to target all these balloons, and also the stuns are a nice bonus as well. People sleep on relentless glue because they think that relentless glue leaves blobs on the track. That was a few updates ago when that was the case. Nowadays, the glue that leaves the blobs on the track is the top path, not the bottom path. This instead now stuns nearby balloons when glued balloons are popped, which is very good when paired with, let's say, Sorter, for example, that gains or delivers bonus damage onto balloons which are stunned, which are slowed, which are not knocked back. I don't think so, actually, with that one. But definitely slowed and stunned. I honestly think we won't need anything else other than jungle drums. Like, I don't think pursuing middle path is going to be a help in this endeavor. Like, we've got enough fire rate. It's just a means of slowing down the super ceramics later on. That's going to be our only issue. How do we slow those down so that the MAD will have enough time in order to pop all of them? And when its ability is activated, it's fine against super ceramics. But it's when its ability is not activated, that's when it runs into massive issues with super ceramics. And even just regular balloons can sometimes be a bit of a worry as well. But anything that's like this, oh, you know that the MAD is going to absolutely destroy them. Round 75. This could be an issue, actually, because of all these fortified MOABs. Okay, maybe not. I'm always surprised by the potential of certain towers. I'm very rarely like, really? Is that all that tower could ever do? Oh, that's massive, actually, with that. Because now we can use this ability on round 76 and remove all of those regrow balloons. Actually, you know what? No, we'll keep it at that. I was thinking we could just get regrow blocker so that any balloons that enter this facility that are regrowable do not regrow at that particular location. Round 78, let's see what we can do against all of these ceramics. Let's see. Activate ability, and they all go down. Lovely. That is what I hope for it to do. Use the abilities when you really need to use them. Don't just use them willy-nilly because, oh hey, an ability is active. I can use it. Nah, you gotta time it. You gotta time your abilities so that you can get the maximum amount out of it. And in some cases, using your abilities at the correct timing is the only way to success. Round 78 is now dealt with. Round 79, a bunch of regrow rainbows. That can be a bit of an issue, but not for us. We are dealing with it just fine. Let's see, that gets slowed down. Yeah, I think we're doing good at the moment. We're doing very well against all odds. All these odds. Against all odds, we are winning this. Let's see, use that on the fortified abominations. Well, one of them is nearly down for accounts. Let's see. Oh, they are taking a while. Okay. This might require some micromanaging, but alas, we've already done the most micromanaging towers in existence as 2 Megapops, and that's the mortars. Let's see. I don't know why, but I thought they were on the next leg of the journey there, but alas. Round 80, use that because it will take ages for that to reach this point of the track, and by the time it reaches over here, the ability will be active once again. See? Look how slow it is. Sometimes ZMGs can be a bit of a blessing because of how slow they are, meaning that you can get your ability back right in rain. Let's see. Do it here. So that all of the missiles get engulfed by the ZOMG. Ooh, you're not going down without a fight, it seems. That's fine by me. Let's see. Next round will be the first encounter of the super abominations. But we are still not at that stage where we are completely stupid against ceramics, although they are getting very far on the track. Oh, ability, lovely. We'll use the ability. Actually, should we have used the ability? Oh, these slow balloons are a blessing, actually, because it's allowing our ability to recharge. I want to say regrow, but again, it's not too far from the truth. Allow our abilities to regrow. Now in free play, and from here on outwards, the MOAB health will start to incrementally increase, alongside their speed as well. Isn't that all just a blessing? Round 81 is definitely a unique round because that is a round in which MOAB class balloons and ceramics will steadily increase in health. Let's use the ability here and there. There we go. And we are now only 14k away Oh, sorry, 13,999,000 away from the MAD, the Mutually Assured Destruction. I mean, the MOAB Assured Destroyer. That's terminology, MAD. This round's going very well. By the time we get here, we're going to use our ability to wipe up the rest of these just like that. Yeah, that's good. That's real good, I think. I think so. Let me do some calculations with my estimate proximities of what the hell am I talking about. I am able to conclude that this round is definitely adjourned and that no Blues will make it out of all of this alive. Round 83, a bunch of super ceramics. And then from here will be some MOAB class balloons. And I've had too much coffee today, as you can tell. Round 83 is adjourned. We'll soon be getting that lovely MAD. What can we do, actually? Now, we'll wait for that to increase in potential, which is next round, actually. So let's hold off until we'll be able to get that, and then we will put Jerry's Fire on. Let's see. Let's use that now, because we will be able to use it again throughout the round, although all of these... Are we going to be struggling here? Are we? That is the question. Are we going to be struggling here? Are we going to need some additional reinforcements? The answer to that is no. Absolutely not. And we have money for the... I was going to say the bad, but now the MAD. Lovely. And look at the MOABs just get absolutely destroyed. But unfortunately, these things, these ceramics keep staying on pass, which is not good. So what we're going to do next, we're going to invest in another kind of glue. This one more specifically dealing with all of these massive ceramics, so it slows them all down. We're going to go for 2032 glue gunners at the very back here so that it slows these down. This one is for the MOABs, and this one is for the mass amounts of ceramics, because I feel like we're going to need all of the help that we can without them actually getting pops in order to do this. When the ability is active, this seems fine at dealing with all of them, but it's just, well, when its ability is not active, which is the majority of the time. Also, we're going to get a second overclock as well. Let's see, hose is in place. Don't mispronounce that. I'm referring to the garden equipment, of course. Although this thing will dig them up. Anyways, dig them up? I don't know where I was going with that. Look at all these glues doing work here. It's really cool. Right, round 90. I do want a second overclock so we can constantly have its attack speed increase rather than just, well, 60-65% of the time. That's just the ability because of all of these ceramics. Ceramics are the main issue here. Okay, so it's round 91, so we'll equip a Jerry's Fire onto the Dartling Gunner now, the MAD, so it just deals a little bit more damage towards the ceramics. The MOABs are a non-existent issue now. Like, they are no problem. This thing is specifically engineered for the MOABs, the Zeppelins, the everything relating towards these. The reason why those DDTs made it very far is because the missiles had to deal with all of the ceramics first before it can actually hit the dreaded DDTs. Dark Durable Titans? Isn't that what they are referred to as? Anyways, we've got the money for a second overclock, which we'll be utilizing very well if I can find a suitable spot for it, and then place the foam down over there. And actually, we might be struggling here. Yeah, we are struggling. We're going to need a second glue hoe down. Ditch the second overclock for the moment. We are investing in, well, another one of these, but also a snowstorm as well, which is going to be very handy at stalling. 2 methods of stalling, which is lovely. Let's see. Freeze those. Lovely. Keep them in place. They do not deserve to be inflated. They all deserve the deflation, well, the deflation treatment. As you do that, just keep them in place. Sometimes stalling is the best for absolutely everything, including the... Yes, take your time, why not? Actually, that's a blessing in its own way. Sometimes when you just see a lonely little red balloon, don't pop it. Just let it keep on traveling if it's the only thing left, so that you will be able to fully utilize getting your abilities back. Let's see. What can we do here? Now, we're just going to absolutely obliterate. See how far the DTs make it along the track when the ability is active? Not that far whatsoever. Let us utilize that. Round 96 is coming up. Snowstorm. Ability. Yeah, the ability usage from round 98 is going to be here in this. All of these storages is really nice. Let's see. Yep, we now have 100% uptime on the overclock, which is lovely. Which is absolutely lovely. None of them made it up here, did they? Here we go. Do all that. Now, they're also permafrost as well, which is a lovely another lovely little feature. Use the ability there. That might be a mistake. No, actually, that's really good because of these slowed down balloons. Right, we're on round 98. And Geraldo is nearly at level 20. So let's put down the creepy idols here and here. We're going to equip that to you so that you do more damage to DDTs initially. Overclock that. Snowstorm the track alongside using the ability. Oh, should have used the ability first and then the snowstorm? Ooh, that's so many ceramics, but I'm glad of all of this. Let's see. And also the creepy idols are sending them back as well. Yeah, thanks to the permafrost as well, which is a lovely feature on the this particular cross path that I've done with the snowstorm. Like, you need the permafrost to slow down. Like, that's a really nice feature to have. Let's see. And there we go. Your store is indeed completed to perfection. Let's see, put those there. And that's all good. Let's deal with that. And then round 100 is just going to be an absolute breeze. Like, this is probably the quickest that you're going to pop a M.A.D. And yeah, that's it. There we go. So the sharpening stone is critical with the Dartling Gunner if you want to get it to the point in which it has done so, because you wouldn't be able to have enough PS initially in order to proceed through some of those 30s rounds. 020 sniper. So we've got 2,032,000 pops. So these glue hoses were really useful in installing the super ceramic so that they traveled slower, which means they're more likely to be hit with missiles. This one here is just mainly for the wonderful MOABs that came along through here. Like, having two different kind of glues down here is not a good idea because they don't allow the effects to stack on them, for goodness sakes, Ninja Kiri, but yet you can do that with Bloons Towers Battle 2, in which glues do stack with one another, so you can have the green one, the yellow one, and the pink one, all on one balloon. But yet here they don't stack, you can only have one at a time, and they all have different priorities. But then again, on Bloons Towers Battle 2, you can only have 3 towers and a hero, so it kind of buffs them in a way so that they're a bit more useful. Whereas in this game, they cannot be stacked. Also, we've got 23,000 left over. I wonder what we could have used them for. Like some, you know what I could have done? Some balloon sabos. That would have been pretty useful actually. But we went for a snowstorm. It's a less used thing in order to slow down balloons because it's another ability-based thing that only has like one usage and then you've got to wait for it to recharge, whereas with Sabo, that lasts for like about a quarter of its recharge duration, so that you'd need 4 of them in order to fully have the the Balloon Sabo ability on the field where it slows down everything. But nonetheless, we have made it to the finish line with the M.A.D having 2,032,000 pops. So we've done the Bez, we've done the M.A.D. Now somebody is going to be asking for me to do the Rod. Its expensive price tag is the most important thing that is going to determine if we can do it or not. Also, what have we got at the moment? Yeah, I want some banana farms. But anyways, stuff aside, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what 2 Megapops tower you'd like to see me do next. Some people have been asking for me to do a basic super monkey, literally unupgraded. How the hell is that gonna work? I know ISAB has done it, sorry, but I don't feel like I'm that skilled enough in order to pull it off, or that patient enough to pull it off. But nonetheless, thank you all so much for watching, and look at that lich in the background, that's pretty cool. So how many days have we got left on this? 6 days. I think we'll be able to see the vortex in this blue hue here as well. Thank you so much for watching. See you all in the next time of Balloons Tower Defense 6 in a 2 tower chimps or 2 megapops, or even a different video altogether. It may not even be a boss event or a 2 tower chimps or 2 megapops chimps. It could be something else entirely. Let me know. Someone suggested about how to do farming 101, sort of like how to farm early and be able to progress through the game. Like, that could be a good video in and of itself, but also be able to talk about like different kinds of alternate farm income, not just the farms themselves. Anyways, I'm going off tangent here for long enough. Thank you so much for watching and take care of yourselves, everyone.